Zane was the kind of woman everyone admired. With her gentle smile and kind heart, she was loved by the people in her village. Whether it was helping an elderly neighbor or making time to play with the children, Zane always made others feel special. Her beauty, both inside and out, was unmatched, and it seemed like nothing could dim her light. When news spread about her wedding to Raheel, the noble and wealthy son of a respected family, excitement buzzed in the air. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a union everyone believed was destined. Zane and Raheel were the perfect match, a true fairy tale love story. But not everyone shared the joy. Nadira, Zane's stepmother, watched all the attention and praise Zane received with bitterness in her heart. Nadira had always felt like she was living in Zane's shadow. Despite her efforts to outshine her stepdaughter, it was Zane who people adored, and Nadira couldn't stand it. With every passing day, as the wedding preparations moved forward and the villagers sang Zane's praises, Nadira's jealousy grew stronger. She smiled and played the part of the supportive stepmother, but deep inside, her mind was spinning with resentment. She thinks she's perfect, Nadira muttered to herself one evening, watching Zane laughing with her friends. Everyone thinks she's perfect, but they don't see what I see. I'll make sure they do. Nadira couldn't let Zane have her moment of happiness. Every time she saw Zane's glowing face as she prepared for her wedding, it fueled Nadira's jealousy. Why should she have everything? Nadira whispered to herself late one night. Beauty, love, and respect? It's time people see the real Zane. Her mind started working on a plan. A cruel, devious plan to destroy Zane's reputation and ruin her big day. She decided to create lies about Zane, lies so damaging that even Raheel would doubt her. Nadira carefully planted fake evidence to make it look like Zane had been disloyal. She used forged letters and twisted innocent situations into something scandalous. But she didn't stop there. Nadira began whispering in the ears of neighbors and villagers, spreading rumors about Zane. "Have you heard what Zane has been up to?" she'd ask in a hushed voice, pretending to be concerned. The rumors spread like wildfire, and soon enough, whispers about Zane's so-called betrayal reached Raheel's family. Nadira was clever. She didn't want her plan to be discovered too early. She wanted to save the drama for the wedding day when the entire village would be there to see Zane's humiliation. She even set small traps to make Zane look careless and irresponsible during the wedding preparations, hoping to chip away at her flawless image. Despite all her efforts to appear calm and kind, Nadira's eyes betrayed her excitement as the big day approached. Just wait, she thought, smiling to herself. When the truth comes out, everyone will see she's not as perfect as they think. What Nadira didn't know was that her lies would eventually catch up with her. But for now, she felt confident that her plan would succeed, and Zane's perfect life would crumble before everyone's eyes. Zane was glowing with happiness as her wedding day approached. The house buzzed with excitement, filled with laughter, music, and the sound of busy preparations. She carefully selected her bridal dress, matching jewelry, and everything she dreamed of for her special day. Her friends and family surrounded her, making sure every detail was perfect. Zane's heart was full of hope, thinking about the life she would build with Raheel. She had no idea that Nadira was quietly planning her downfall. Meanwhile, whispers had started spreading in the village. Some people hinted that Zane wasn't as innocent as she seemed. Raheel's family heard the rumors too. "Do you think it's true?" one of his cousins asked cautiously, but Raheel's parents refused to believe it. "Zane has always been a woman of good character," his mother said firmly. "We won't let baseless gossip ruin this union." Nadira, however, was growing restless. The more people brushed off the rumors, the more desperate she became. Her plan needed to work, and she wanted the perfect moment to expose Zane. The wedding ceremony seemed like the best opportunity. "Let her enjoy these last few days," Nadira thought with a smirk. "On the wedding day, everyone will see the truth." As Zane prepared for her big day, Nadira secretly worked behind the scenes. She rehearsed her accusations in her mind and made sure the evidence was ready to reveal. Her heart raced with excitement, imagining the shock and humiliation Zane would face in front of everyone. But while Nadira plotted, Zareen remained blissfully unaware, lost in her happiness. She believed she was about to step into a new chapter of love and trust. The contrast between Zareen's innocent joy and Nadira's malicious schemes created a tension so thick it could be felt in the air. Everyone was waiting for the big day, but no one knew it would bring more drama than they ever expected. The wedding celebration was in full swing. The air was filled with music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. Zareen looked breathtaking in her bridal dress, and Raheel couldn't take his eyes off her. Guests admired the beautiful couple, calling their union a match made in heaven. Everything seemed perfect, but Nadira was waiting for her moment. As the night reached its peak and all eyes were on the couple, Nadira suddenly stood up, her face twisted with fake anger. "Stop this celebration!" she shouted, silencing the crowd. Everyone turned to her, shocked. "You all think Zareen is perfect, but she's been hiding a dark secret. She has betrayed Raheel." Nadira's voice echoed in the room as she dramatically held up the fake evidence she had prepared. Gasps filled the hall, and Raheel's family looked at each other in disbelief. Raheel stepped forward, his face tense. "What is this, Nadira?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. Nadira smirked and handed him the forged letters and fake proof of Zareen's so-called betrayal. "See for yourself," she said, confident her plan was working. Zareen stood frozen, tears forming in her eyes. "Raheel, you know me," she said softly. "This isn't true." Raheel looked at her, torn between the woman he loved and the damning evidence in his hands. "I trust you, Zareen," he said, "but I need the truth. We will investigate this." Before anyone could say more, Zareen's close friend Liana stepped forward. "Wait!" she said loudly, her voice shaking with anger. "Nadira is lying." Liana had always suspected Nadira's intentions and had secretly kept an eye on her. She pulled out real evidence, proof of Nadira's forgery and the rumors she had spread. "This is the truth," Liana said, handing it to Raheel. The room fell silent as Raheel read the papers. His face hardened, and he turned to Nadira. "How could you stoop so low?" he demanded, his voice filled with disgust. The guests murmured in shock as Nadira's lies unraveled. Zareen looked at Liana with gratitude, her tears now a mix of relief and happiness. The night that started with accusations ended with the truth shining brighter than ever. The guests were stunned as Raheel held up the real evidence that Liana had provided. His voice was calm but firm as he addressed everyone. "Nadira has been lying," he said, his eyes locking onto her. "She forged the evidence and spread rumors to ruin Zareen's reputation. Everything she claimed was false." Gasps and whispers spread through the crowd. Nadira's face turned pale as she realized her plan had backfired. I didn't mean to," she stammered, trying to defend herself. But no one was listening. The villagers, who once respected her as Zareen's stepmother, now looked at her with disgust. "How could you do this to your own stepdaughter?" someone shouted, their voice filled with anger. Raheel walked over to Zareen and took her hand. "I never doubted you," he said gently, his voice filled with love. Then he turned back to Nadira. "Your jealousy and lies have disgraced you, not Zareen. You've shown everyone your true face tonight." The crowd began to murmur, their sympathy shifting entirely to Zareen. Nadira tried to plead, but the villagers turned away from her, shunning her completely. She was left standing alone, humiliated in the same hall where she had planned to ruin Zareen. Zareen, though deeply hurt, showed her strength. She stepped forward and looked Nadira in the eye. "I forgive you," she said softly, her voice steady. "Not for you, but for my own peace. But from now on, you're no longer part of my life." Her words were graceful, but they carried the weight of finality. As Nadira left in disgrace, Zareen stood tall, surrounded by love and support. The night wasn't just a celebration of marriage, it became a powerful reminder that truth and grace always triumph over malice. With the truth finally revealed, the atmosphere in the hall shifted. Raheel turned to Zareen, his eyes filled with love and reassurance. "I trust you completely," he said, holding her hands tightly. "No lies or schemes can ever break what we have." His words brought tears of happiness to Zareen's eyes, and the guests erupted into cheers and applause. The wedding, which had been moments away from disaster, became a celebration of truth, love, and resilience. The villagers, who had witnessed the dramatic events, were filled with admiration for Zareen and Raheel. "This is what real love looks like," someone said, clapping as the couple exchanged heartfelt vows. The music started again, and the celebration resumed with even more energy. Liana, Zareen's loyal friend, received warm hugs and thanks for standing by her side. As the night went on, laughter and joy filled the air. Zareen and Raheel danced together, surrounded by friends and family who celebrated not just their marriage, but the triumph of integrity over deceit. Nadira's actions became a cautionary tale for everyone, a reminder that jealousy only leads to ruin. With their hearts full of love and hope, Zareen and Raheel began their new life together, stronger than ever.